Welcome to The Witching Hour, a Soft Bones production chronicling the development of Butterfly Machine. This is episode 0. Do we want to discuss our roles in the team and the pitch for the game?
Well, I'm Jaydn, and I'm a bit of an art director.
I'm a bit of an art director
myself. I also do the marketing, the branding, the bits and the bobs.
And I'm Aidan. I am the lead game designer. I'm the programmer. And I do the trailer and documentary and sound design and all the stuff Jaydn doesn't want to do.
Yeah, we cross over a little bit.
We have a lot of crossover.
Except for the coding, that's all you.
Except for the coding, you don't do that. And apart from the 3D modeling.
Oh, I do love a 3D
none of that.
I do love a bit of Blender.
And together we are making Butterfly Machine.
And we are Soft Bones.
Welcome.
How would you describe the game?
Well, the thing is, my dear listeners, we're actually struggling with how to figure that out right now. Because we've gone through multiple passes on how to pitch the game, how to market the game to people who don't know what it is. And of course we know what it is, but we don't need to know what it is. We're just the people making it.
Mm.
So you've seen our marketing materials on our website at this point, and Aidan's only listening right now.
Yeah.
So
we haven't made it at this point.
We haven't made the game.
This is week 1.
Yeah. It's a game where you do exploring and you do puzzles, and you're a little robot that can rewire its brain, and you explore and you find new ways that you can rewire your brain.
Making your way through this big
cold world where no one gives a damn.
No one gives a damn.
What did we do? Actually, over the weekend, we made the Ancient Art of Stewcraft, which was our first official Soft Bones production. It's a little game we made for the Global Game Jam 2025. Yeah. It's a Suika-like.
A Suika-like, yeah.
I made the game, and then Jaydn came in and did all the graphics. And it ended up looking very nice. A
little drawing of a fella with his mouth open.
Oh, it wasn't he hungry?
Stewcraft. Yeah, that's the first. We haven't explained Soft Bones.
We haven't explained Soft Bones.
Do you want to explain Soft Bones?
Soft Bones is me and Jaydn.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the name for us.
Creative partnership of sorts.
That's the name for our creative partnership.
How do we start the week?
Well,
we had a little talk about branding.
We realised, oh goodness, the branding for our game kind of sucks right now.
Well, it is a little bit of a tricky situation.
Because it's a difficult game to describe.
And we needed to get stupid with it in a way. We were somewhat over-intellectualizing the branding.
Yeah. Or trying to make it, super complete.
Yeah. It just needs to be more vibey.
Yeah.
Yeah. But of a specific vibe, not using the word atmospheric.
Yeah, to designate there is an atmosphere.
There's an atmosphere. There's fog.
There's fog in it. Well, I can say I filled up the entire one of the massive whiteboards in the studio. I filled up the whole thing with just scribbles about how to build a paper prototype for the game's basic puzzle mechanics. Those being little modules that you can wire up and that control your character. You can connect up the inputs to your actions, and you can do little data manipulation. You can make little circuits, and you can flip them, and you can combine them.
Yep.
Yep.
And by the end of it, the board looked like a beautiful mind.
It looked like... I haven't seen that.
I haven't either.
Oh. It looked like...
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, Good Will Hunting.
Like I've seen that. It's my favourite film.
It's your favourite film?
It's in my top 2 favourite films.
Wait, sorry, what's the other one?
Scream.
Oh, and it's good. Yeah.
I figured out all the stuff that would be needed for the website.
Mm-hmm.
I made a little list. Tell me what you think about the list.
Oh, the list.
The list. So, we've got the big splash page, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But we also need a little introduction for each of us. A little character profile of who am I, who are you?
What are we doing?
We're Soft Bones.
Have we mentioned
Adam? And we've got a little intro to the game. Put that clarinet down. That's not readable in a podcast form.
I picked up a clarinet and Jaydn got mad at me because it sounds bad on mic.
Yeah. A little intro to the game of what is it, the tagline?
Yeah.
That'll go in. Probably on the splash page, I imagine. And the podcast uploads. They'll be going on there.
Eventually.
They will be going on YouTube as well.
Yes.
No video format.
No.
No.
Can you render out oh, this will be good. You just put in the corner like a crappy like 3D rotating GIF of like the main character.
Yeah,
He's just like spinning and like the face lights up different
Just
colors.
make him loop. I could do that. A little
That sounds
visualizer
pretty
of
good.
sorts.
Yeah,
Could be fun.
yeah.
He's just spinning in donuts.
And now, my dear listeners, you are seeing that robot right now if Jaydn ends up doing it.
If I end up doing it.
Which you might not do.
If I don't, email us at contact at butterflymachine.online and complain.
And
we'll talk about it in mail time.
In mail time.
Yep.
That's the mail time theme. That's the teaser for Mail Time, which is our upcoming segment on The Witching Hour, the Softbones podcast about the production of Butterfly Machine featuring Aidan and Jaydn.
Yep. Other things that are going on the website.
Other things going on the website.
The documentary.
Oh, the documentary. I'm responsible for the documentary. And the trailer.
A director of sorts.
You could call me that.
I won't.
You won't.
We'll have links to all the other social medias, which I'll talk about later. Contact details such as the email.
The email for Mail Time.
Contact at
butterflymachine.online.
Yeah. And events, because we will likely be going to places. Yes,
and we can talk about that on the social medias.
We'll talk about it on the social medias. We'll have a little calendar of upcoming events we'll be at. If you want to go to them, and we'll give you stickers, maybe. Thinking about it.
Maybe.
I do.
Well, because I think you're good at the branding, so we can just have like we can use like the symbols.
Yeah.
From the branding,
we could make little stickers of nodes.
Yeah. If we have like interesting looking nodes.
Yeah. That's a big if.
That's a big if.
And that's about all that's going on the website, but it will be comprehensive. I want to say Linktree sucks.
Linktree sucks.
I looked into it. We will not be having a Linktree.
No Linktree.
Our main hub of activity will be the website linking to the 3 other social medias, which I will talk about later.
Oh my!
I believe that's everything for the first day branding section.
Yes.
This will go earlier in the podcast.
Quite.
Day 2. Did some Miro board stuff.
Oh yeah, we have a Miro board.
A lovely Miro board.
We have a Kanban board on the Miro board. The Miro board is mostly just for hosting Jaydn's mood boards and such, and hosting our Kanban boards, because apparently that's a good thing to have.
I love a Kanban. Went in there, organised the little cards, colour-coded by the type of activity.
You're very happy about that.
I love a colour-coding system. Aidan doesn't, because you're colourblind. It doesn't help you.
It's also just too many extra clicks. Like, if the tags on Miro automatically filled in the background color, it would be perfect. But I have to set it the same thing twice, and I'm colorblind. So
you're colorblind.
I am colorblind.
So it's all grey to you.
It's all great. Like I'm a dog.
Like a dog.
I'm a dog.
You did a little bit of paper prototyping.
That I did. Oh my!
Tell me about it.
Well, I'm going to be spending the next 2 weeks of my life pretty much just coding nonsense, and I wanted to be sure that the things that I would be coding would make sense and would be useful, because I don't want to code things that end up sucking. So I filled up the entire whiteboard with sketches on how I wanted the different modules to work, how I want them to interact with each other, the sorts of data flow between the modules, and how that would be represented visually. And I slapped that all together into a very scuffed paper prototype that people surprisingly ended up responding to really nicely. We tested with Lotta and we tested with Caitlin. And while we had different problems with both playtests, one of the common themes was people just like messing around with the system and seeing what happens.
Which is great.
Which is great news, because if they hated that, then I don't know what we would do. Ugh.
Get ready to learn
JavaScript, buddy.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
We got our domain name. We purchased butterflymachine.online.
Because it was very cheap.
It was cheap, and I quite like how it sounds. It's like engines, thrusters, online.
Yeah,
the Butterfly Machine.
Cyberpunk.
It's online.
Yeah.
And I got the 3 social medias. I think we got Blue Sky because Twitter sucks.
Twitter sucks now. You ever been on Twitter? It's awful.
Blue Sky's good. It's not Twitter.
It's not Twitter.
It's got a lot of programmers on it and gaming people. Yeah.
I'm not online. I wouldn't know.
Blue Sky is pretty good. It's like Twitter, but without the people on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I get to do like more long-form written posts about stuff that's going on. Whereas
I
Instagram,
can just send you screenshots, and you can just take screenshots, and it'll be nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think you can even like form. Probably won't be posting just like straight up code on there.
I don't think people would be interested in reading my absolutely garbage code.
That's your first reaction. My first reaction was then they could just copy and paste the code into Godot and steal the game. Steal the game! It's the OG for piracy, line by line.
Line by line, copy and pasting this from Blue Sky. Oh my
So-
god. Okay.
We got Instagram, because Instagram is great for all the visuals,
Mm-hmm.
posting little animations and GIFs of all the new art. I'll be cranking out.
It's going to be such a disjointed listening experience because it'll be obvious that we are constantly cutting out 30 seconds worth of bits.
Instagram is more visual. Be putting up. I can post stories about the new podcast uploads. YouTube's boring, but it allows us to put all the podcast episodes in somewhere else. And also the game trailer and documentary. Yeah. I've got it. I put together a little a spreadsheet because I love a spreadsheet of all the branding assets I'll need because everything uses different ratios and stuff for like the banners on social medias. So I got like 1 billion of those to make this week or next week. I put together a couple mood boards and mind maps, which if you're lucky, I'll put a screenshot on the website. Got a lot of digital artifacting, fuzziness, scan lines. You can see the picture, maybe. Put together a color palette. I already had a lot of like the color palette in mind, but I put together a formal one. A lot of earthy greens, browns, oranges, and warm, smoky grays. Now, time for the what are we doing next week section.
Well, Jaydn, next week, my personal responsibilities are I'm putting on my hard hat and I'm delving deep back into the coding mines. My job is to get as many of the basic mechanics for the wiring set up and solid for next week, where I will be polishing them and changing them based on feedback from the playtest, which we'll be doing next Monday, as per our planned schedule of doing playtests every week to keep us on track and to give us deadlines. And yeah, I'll basically just be coding all week. I'm excited. I get to whip out a new Kanban board and put some Dragon Quest music.
Oh,
We'll be setting up version control. Ross will be teaching us how to use Git. I mean, he taught us before, but then I forgot.
It's the third year he's taught us how to use Git.
You think maybe we'll remember this time?
We'll see.
We'll see.
I think that's the big chunk of your time for next week.
Essentially. I'm in the mines.
Except for the documentary stuff, which we'll talk about after I talk about
the documentary
stuff. Yeah, I've got a full week of finishing the logo. I've got some plans, but I probably won't post them because I don't want people to see the very early versions of the logos. Maybe I will. We'll see how I feel. I gotta finish off after I've made the logo. I'll then be able to make all of the branding assets and have all the social medias looking beautiful. Maybe if I'm feeling generous, I'll do an initial post on all of them.
Ooh,
with a logo and a text, and maybe change the bio because at the moment they're just placeholders.
Yeah,
and because at the end of the week we'd like to have a little playtest version ready. I'll be making a character model. Probably the final character model, like the gold version.
We can probably put some finishing touches on it as we go.
Probably, but ideally it'll be the conclusive character model.
If we're gonna have it be the conclusive character model, then no, it can't be the conclusive character model because we're gonna have to. Or basically, I'm gonna do testing and then come to you and say, "Oh, I need it to look around like this.
Okay.
I need to have like an interface to change the face. I need it to like just move in this specific way."
It will not be the conclusive character model. Also, won't have any animations on it.
Oh yeah,
because that's not for next week.
That.
And I'll do some little simple old grey box stuff for the playtest. Just a grey corridor.
We'll also have to be figuring out a workflow for next week so that we can record a podcast that doesn't sound like garbage.
Yeah, we will be. I'll be looking into a couple presets. Might even have the preset on this one.
Ooh.
It might sound no better than this.
Yeah,
And
it never got better than that.
It never got
podcast.
better than that podcast. And I'll also be going to the storeroom to check out some better microphones.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Do you
You
want
just ask Ari which one they used.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the
documentary? Well, as part of our course, we'll also be putting together a short documentary showcasing the development of Butterfly Machine. And apparently, doing it all in 1 week is a bad idea.
That's what I thought.
That's what you thought, and yeah, that checks out, honestly.
Buzzkill.
Being a little bit ambitious.
Yeah.
So instead of doing it all in 1 week, our plan is to do a little bit each week. One day we might shoot some B-roll. One day we might do some quick storyboarding. So when it does come to the time where, we have 2 weeks to make this silly little documentary, we'll have a whole structure ahead of us. We'll have our framework, and it will sound and look better than if we smashed it together in 2 days.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Stunning.
Ready for mail time?
I think it's time for mail time. What's in the mailbag?
There's nothing in the mailbag right now because this is the first episode. They don't even know how to contact us.
Yeah,
They
so
can contact us at contact@butterflymachine.online.
that is contact.
That is an email address. It's like a rotary phone. Kids don't know how to use damn emails these
It's like
days.
those floppy disk save icons on PCs.
Yeah, it's an anachronism, Jared.
Right, so figure out how to use an email. Send us one.
Send us one.
I'll talk about it.
Adam, please send in a email. It could be like 2 words.
It could be anything.
We need something for mail time.
We really want this mail time
bit to take off. I've invested so much. This clarinet cost me like $2,000. It don't even sound good.
It looks like that's the end of mail time.
It's like that's the end of mail time.
How do we outro a podcast, Aidan?
Okay.
I think that's a wrap.
Do you want to do an outro that isn't me screaming?
No, that's going to be the outro.
Seriously?
That's going to be the outro.
Oh my god. Alright,
Thank
cut it.
you.
That's us.